top 5 reasons why you may want to make yourself a custom toolbox. All of this in 30 seconds. It's cheap. I built this one for less than $20. If you use scrap, it's free. Reason number 2, it won't tip over in your rig, unlike the tool bucket. Reason number 3, it will fit in exactly the space you want it to fit because you built it to fit in exactly the space that you want it to fit. Reason number 4, it'll hold the tools that you want it to hold. Reason number 5, just go for it. It's not art. It's utilitarian. Feel free to build it. As Oscar Wilde said, all art is useless. This isn't art. This serves a purpose. Okay. So that's the why, so the rest of the video is the how. I built my own toolbox. Oh, if you find this video useful, hit the like button. If you have any comments, suggestions, I'm open to tips. I love feedback, so please chime in the comments. This would be the base. And yeah, and then I may use a central handle. One of my big complaints, not a complaint, one of my questions about traditional toolboxes with the central dowel that functions as a handle is you only ever pick it up from the middle, or if you're two-handing it, maybe on either end, but you never use most of the handle. You're never going to pick it up by the end. So why waste that space? So my thinking here is that I would use a central piece of plywood that would basically divide the box in half, and then there would be a handle in that central piece. And that way I can hang tools on the side of that divider too. Because again, I want to be able to just one hand, I want to be able to get at everything I can, sort of in the same way, again, that I can with this. All my chisels are right there. All my screwdrivers are also super handy, easy to get out. So I want these to all have slots. The bigger screwdriver, maybe that can just sit in one of the bays. I don't want to clutter. I don't want a bay that's just full of junk that you have to rummage through to be able to get what you want. Everything should be handy and easy to grab, and you should always know whether you're missing it or not. Like if you go out and you can quickly check to see if you've got all your stuff. And just visualizing it. So you pick it up from right here. You have a slot here. Tools I'm going to hang on the side, so there'll be like a little ledger on the outside. I could put it inside, but then you lose all this space. So I think hanging the screwdrivers and chisels in a slot on the outside, I think it's going to work fine. Do this arc first. Pretty darn close. Do this one. Handle, so something like that. Like that. Yeah. Radius here. Okay. So we're getting there. Okay. All right, so the sides. So this will Do a little planing on these. A little planing, we'll get that. There we go. Looks pretty good. All right, and then I think for this handle, I'm just going to route it out by hand. No, it's not terrible. I'll have to shape that a little bit later. Doesn't have to be perfect. Hear it when it's done. So now I'm just going to put a little glue on it and I'm going to nail it. And then I'm going to pull the shoulders square and then cut the end pieces. So I'm going to try to hide that knot inside. Good. So we'll tack this guy. So I'm just going to go for it. A little glue. Made no sense whatsoever. I know. Come on. There we go. This. Apologize. Okay. It's pretty square. washer here. All right. That's great. And that's why you nail. The nails really aren't going to hold anything. You're just going to keep the glue in contact with the wood enough to set up, so I don't have to really wait for it and clamps. I can just nail it and move on. So that looks pretty good. So this is going to work. Or that. Yeah. Having a good bench, priceless. And what I want to be careful here is not to go off the end, because that'll blow this back end off. So what I'm going to do is come from this side, and then I'll come from that side. It's a little bit aggressive. Maybe chisels and screwdrivers on this side. And on this side, I think probably all my pliers. And there'd have to be a stop, obviously, down below. I noticed some people do like 2 holes, and then they just drop it in like that. I guess that's interesting to me, but I don't like the idea of the cutter up. I like that I can just, like if it's handled down, you can always just grab it, use it one hand. I like that idea. So this is the next question, if my lineman pliers will fit. And I love these things. Nice. Okay. So this is a little larger slot. On the chisel side, I think I'm gonna go to 1/2 inch slot. And then on this side, I think I'm just using 3/4. I don't know, it's about 5/8. Yeah, so this is a 5/8 slot. Actually, that works really well. It even fits my lineman pliers. I have to take those. So I think a lot of slots along here. Seems like that'll fit everything. Even the scissors. Scissors would fit in there as well. All right, just working out some spacing here. So got these little spacer blocks just to kind of keep the tools apart. And I'm just working out how they're gonna work. And there's kind of a general, if I can figure out a slot hole that's kind of the same, that will fit all of them, that's gonna be better, so I don't have to worry about hitting the same slot with the same tool, although that's not necessarily a bad idea. And then I also might I've got this bottom inside rail, and that just gives me a little target for the tool so they don't go too deep. I might make a little indentation in them just so the nose of these tools has a little slot to go into. Still working that out. Need a couple more over here, but that works pretty well for pliers. The other side, I think, for chisels and screwdrivers will be a little bit easier. Oh, I just realized I had an extra. Not sure what to do with this guy. Look at that, it actually, the top of the tool does actually fit. Huh. Interesting. It won't stay though. Could file a little more room there for that guy. So it goes in a little bit deeper. It just needs to get past that rivet. Okay. to work on that too. All right, I'm ready to begin some fab here. So I've got these two end pieces set up. What I'm going to do is get this top rail. I flipped it around. I had it like this. I didn't really like the finish on that. I'm going to have to sand it and shape it a little bit, but I like the way that goes together. So a little glue, and then, so my approach here is I'm going to glue the ends, get them nailed off, and then I can fill in. It's going to be hard to try to do all of that at once, so I'm not going to. And yes, I am gluing cross grain, but it's going to be fine. This may be the weak point of the whole kit. Like if this gets struck on the corner, probably won't be the best. But it'll be my own fault. Could put some armor out here. Brass wraps or something. I don't know. Okay, so then the spacers, if they still fit, which they probably won't. Pro tip is make sure all your spacers are the same thickness. How did I end up? Oh. I don't think I have to glue those. Probably, well, maybe I will. Boy, they're tight. That's good. Through. It is going through a little bit, so I'm going to angle it. That's a goof. And I think take a little bit of fitting. fitting there too. Okay, so most of these will fit. Is that 3/16? Yes, looks like 3/16. So most of them will fit a 3/16 drill. With probably one or two exceptions. Anyway, I tested or drilled a test hole. Here's my test hole. And that one doesn't go, but all the Phillips do. So that's good. So, and I want it kind of tight so it doesn't wiggle around, but none of the slotted ones go through, and that's okay. Figure that out. And then the question is how close can these be together? And I don't know. I'd have to probably drill a couple. Also, I don't know if these should go at the end or the middle. I don't know. I'll probably have a preference later, and I can always repair them if possible, or build another one. So I already feel like this may turn into something else, like another project. I might have a version 2. So let's see how that looks. I'll do my best to go straight down. All right, I'm just gonna plane the top here, clean up some of the holes, ragged holes. A little rough. Also knock some of that glue. Double check there's no nails sticking up. This thing slides around. I need rubber feet on it. Nice and smooth. Just tight. Okay. Let's make sure these all go in. Like they should. Which is which? This guy and this guy. And then wrench. The two tall guys, vice versa. Okay. Yep. And up the other side. Better. Great. That's good. All right, so I was able to fit nail sets in between a screwdriver and my putty knife, and they fit snug. They're not going to fall out by themselves, which is good. And then the screwdriver just goes right next to them, so now you can get these as needed, and everything else seems to be okay. I could probably get by with fewer screwdrivers. I've got like basically 3 identical Phillips. Not sure why I did that, but I always like to have spares. Maybe it's because I can never find them in the bucket. Anyway, I might reduce that. Yeah. What else? Utility knives. That's something. Let me put those. My larger wrench needs a home. I don't want to bash the crap out of this level. That needs to go somewhere. My block plane. That currently doesn't have a good home. Flashlight. Place. Mirror, stud finder, no index. Allen wrenches. Okay, so in terms of weight, I think I'm there. Oh my gosh, yeah. So in terms of weight, I'm there. But that but that's heavy. And it's no heavier, lighter than the bucket was. But that does work though. All right, so I still have the problem of, well, a messy bench, but I don't have homes for these pieces, and these are pretty valuable, and like the level, I don't want to bash those. They should have their own little slots. These 2 knives, this guy, this could go in a slot maybe, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an insert that's going to go on one side, just so I can try it out, see what I think of it, and you can always pull it out, but it'll be an insert that goes in, and then I will notch it with slots, so that it's actually, as a divider, it'll be just 6 inches deep, just as high as the sides. But then that'll allow me to put this in and play with it a little bit. So it'll be, I think just some 1/8 inch glue on board, but this is a cutoff. So I'm going to try that and see if I can get this other pocket organized. This is still a little bit packed, but I may not need all this stuff. It's a little heavy just from the tools. But if I can at least get one bay fully slotted out, so I can drop in stuff like my flashlight into a slot, my stud finder into a slot, like this. I was thinking maybe of mounting them on the side of the divider. There's a whole bunch of wasted space in here. That could also work, but I don't like the idea of anything permanent. With these dividers, I can always pull them out if I don't need them, and then that'll give me that whole bay free again. So I like the idea of compatibility, or not compatibility, but adaptability for the job. Okay, well, I just made up a divider insert Let's see how this goes in. Might be a little tight. That's not bad. Yeah, I set it up to go down a little bit. So it's basically an inch below the edge of the box. See that? So, yeah, this will work. That's better. Dividers are a little flappy. Even the shears stand up in the end. So that's good. I think that solves some of my concerns. This guy is too deep. Yeah, it's cool. And then that whole thing just pops out if you don't want it. So let me load this up, see what it looks like. Hammer, drill, saw. Pretty accessible. Clamp. This side I put the divider in, so I have compartments for various things. All my pliers are on the outside, scissors. Found a place temporarily for my tape measure. I like that I can just put it over the divider. It snaps right in. Little saws, drill index, various sundries. I have utility knives, pencils, stud finder, block plane, Allen wrenches, flashlight, level. So I think I got it all in there. It's not too bad. I like it. It's heavy, but it's not terrible. If you can't lift this, then you need to work out more. Good to go.